Hi Art Seekers, we're here with the fantastically talented Karen Bystedt, somebody that I have been looking forward to talking to for a long time. Thank you so much for hanging out.
I photographed Andy Warhol when I was 19, and I came up with I just tapped into what was going on at the time, because at the time he was modeling, and I had come up with this idea to do a book about male models and where they came from. And I was looking at GQ magazine all the time, and then one day I saw an ad, with Andy Warhol. And he was wearing his fabulous wig, and he was hanging with all these models. And I thought, wow, it'd be so cool to photograph Andy as a model. And so I called Interview magazine, because I knew that's where he was located. And that was at Union Square, and to my amazement, Andy himself answered the phone. And it was, one of those moments in life where you have to kind of either choke or go for it. And I just, put all fear aside and told him what I was doing, and that I had this idea to photograph him as a model. And he responded really well. I came up with the idea to have an artist, in addition to the photographs, paint or do something on my photographs. So that was really the beginning of the whole working with other artists and the whole collaboration effort, which I found so exciting. Each collaboration has to be very different, and it was also really fun for me I've become a really good with the X-Acto knife, so it was really fun to cut out the Andy stencil and to actually participate in repasting it. I'm really starting to enjoy myself being on the streets and kind of being a part of it.
Of course, and to see your photography become enlivened in a new way and added to and changed a little bit, not only by the artist, but by the street context itself. That must be a special experience. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And and it's really cool because people love Andy, and so a lot of people, tag themselves, they'll stop and get out and, say Andy Warhol. And each one is unique and different. What was Andy like as a model?
I knew he was a huge artist, but I decided to show up and just focus on Andy as a model and a person, and that's what I did. So I just went in very focused, and I forgot about the fact that he was Andy Warhol, this famous artist, and I just went to the task at hand. And that was great because it allowed him to relax and just be who he was. And so I think I got some unique, more open photographs. He basically sat behind this huge desk in the conference room, and he basically sat most of the time. And I had the camera on a tripod, basically in one position, and then I just, I kept changing the film from black and white to color, and hustle in. That Kodak film, I think it was 12 per pack, and I shot 3. So what he did at one point is he just picked up this little American flag out of nowhere and just stood there like that. So I had a shot of Andy holding the American flag, and he had scribbled on it like little sayings, Disney sayings, like Goofy, Daffy. So that was fun. And then another cool thing that happened was someone walked in during the shoot and addressed him, and he turned around and answered, and I had that one shot of him where he really looks human, like he just dropped all, like he just looks so innocent.
Well, as much as I love the collaborations, I also think it's wonderful that you are doing your own work and you're shifting that gaze from viewing Andy or viewing celebrities to viewing yourself. And I'm wondering how that shift occurred and how you feel about this project being so physically vulnerable.
I was asked to do my own show by a gallery that was separate from Andy Warhol, and I had to kind of look into my soul and think, what can I do? I have just personally so shifted my life, and, I feel like I've bared my soul and I've changed everything. So that was where I came up with the idea of photographing myself or setting it up, just basically naked and bare. And not in a sexually provocative way, but more in an ownership way of here I am, just like pure me, you know, naked for the world to see, and I'm owning it. And then of course now I'm collaborating with other artists, and that was my idea too, that I would paint in my own image, and that I would also have other artists paint in my image, and that I would actually become the art. And what's been so gratifying about it is the response I've gotten, especially from women who have felt that it's really empowered them, you know. So I'm really excited about that project as well.
I am too. I think that, especially studying classical art history as I have, that women, since the dawn of time, have been the object of the male gaze. And I think that it's so important to reorient that. What do you hope people's takeaway message from your work will be?
I just hope to touch people, to make them think, to make them feel something, to make them, explore. I think that's the beauty of art, is you can explore the creativity in you. And the other thing is, of course, inclusion, that we're all part of each other, and that's the beauty of Basquiat and Andy, you know what I mean, that no matter what our ethnicity or background, social background, or if we're men or women, or if we're older or younger, that we can all come together and through art and be inspired and just feel that we're an integral part of each other.